Say hi to YouTube chat. Hi YouTube. Okay, so we have version 212. Very pog for Maple C. Version 212 basically is Choo Food Festival, and we've known about it for like 3 or 4 days now, but I'm surprised they're releasing the patch notes this early. It's only Monday and they released it already, which is good for us, I guess. So we can dive into it. Let's go! Okay, so first of all, the actual patch notes. There's a few things that changed. It's a lot to do with seed and a few other smaller changes. But the main thing, one of the main things is seed. They are changing a lot of basically they're changing a lot of how the floors work. They're making it a lot more user friendly, and I think that will result in faster clear times and probably more people wanting to run seed, which is a good thing. So yeah, they're making seed a lot easier to run. I'm not a seed runner, so I can't tell you how good or bad the changes are. I have never been a seed runner. I don't plan on being a seed runner. So if you're a seed runner, read through them. You probably understand them much better than I do. I don't want to give my opinion on seed because I have next to no idea what it does. Basically, one of the bigger changes that I think is important is that they remove certain things from grade 1 to 5 boxes. So basically, you can't get like spell tracers anymore from these boxes. And basically, that will kind of push up the. Oh, yeah, and these items as well, clean slates, right, and sword, and light seekers. So that will kind of push up the probability of you getting a better ring rather than getting just pure garbage. Yeah, you can also get 2x coupons, which is, I guess, nice. You can also exchange for a glowing ring box, which guarantees a random level 3 or level 4 skill ring. I'm not sure how good that is. I don't know whether it's better to go for the hidden ring box or the glowing ring box. That one, I'll leave it to the seed players to decide which one's better and which one is more cost effective to open. I have no idea about anything about this. Alright. They also changed the ranking rewards for seeds, so I'm pretty sure now you can't get the emblem anymore. So the seed emblem was quite a big thing for like F2P players. If you're an F2P player and you rank within, I think, top 10 or top 50 in seed, I can't remember, something like that, you will get like this special emblem that has boss damage and IED on it. I think it has 2 lines of boss, 1 line of IED on it for the main part. It was a pretty good emblem, but you can't get it anymore, so no more seed emblem. So people are not gonna like, fight over seed anymore, like seed placing anymore. So no more seed emblem. Too bad. In return, I think you get like EXP coupons. Not EXP coupons. These are MVP coupons to use instead, and you get more seed points, which is like yay, I guess. Okay. Next. We also have Foggy Forest Training Center. So what this is basically is like it replaces dummies. It replaces training dummies. So what used to happen back in the days that you have to go to Mulang Dojo, go to the point shop, buy a dummy, and then you can perform like a damage test using the dummy. Now you can just go to Foggy Forest Training Area. You can do a bunch of stuff. You can set a bunch of like prerequisites, or you can set a bunch of like preconditions before you start hitting the dummy to see your damage. You can set the type, the level, the IED, the size, the HP, and elemental reduction of the dummy. So you can kind of tailor it to see what kind of damage you're dealing to what type of boss. Especially since you can also change like the arcane force and the authentic force. So you can actually really see like your real damage in a boss, because it will literally be the same HP and the same yeah, the same defense and arcane force as the boss. Always to see it disappointing. I guess so, but I mean it's a good check. It's a good damage test check as well. It's not sometimes you just want to test like whether a certain skill is doing more damage than another skill. You can use this dummy instead now instead of having to buy dojo dummies using points, which is great, I guess. So no more points and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what the Foggy Forest Training Center is about. It's basically just a place where you can summon your dummy. You can go in there and stay there for like 1 hour. Yeah, you can stay there for 1 hour and you can enter 5 times a day. So, I don't know how many times you want to test your damage, but you can do it like 5 times a day and for 1 hour at a time if you want. So there's that. Okay. Okay, so there are like small improvements for skills. I'm not gonna go through all of this. Like, not a lot of these are important. The only one that really is important is this one. Crest of the Solar Flame pattern has been improved so that characters are not considered to be in combat whenever it attacks. So right now, if you guys don't know how Crest of the Solar works in Maple Sea, Crest of the Solar is the Saren skill. It's this skill right here. So if you guys don't know how Crest of the Solar works, basically what happens is that when you use it, it will start. I can give you a live example, I guess. So let's say I go to. Let's go to this map. So let's say I go to this map and I am not hitting anything, right? So I can press Crest of the Solar, and what happens is, even though there are no monsters in range to attack, it will continue to put me in a combat state. So I can't ever switch out of my rings or whatever, even though I'm not directly attacking anything. It directly just stops me from switching rings and all that. So you're always in a combat state when this skill is active, which is very annoying, especially if you're trying to ring swap, especially if you're trying to swap drop gear. You have to cancel the skill manually, and then afterwards then you can swap. Because right now, as you can see, because I'm in a combat state, they won't let me swap anything. But once the update comes through, basically they're going to transform Crest of the Solar into a non-combat skill, or not non-combat skill, but it won't put you in a combat state when you cast the skill right here. So you can do your ring swapping and all that. It's a nice quality of life improvement. Nothing too amazing, but it's quality of life. Okay, the rest of the stuff I'll leave you guys to read if you want. The other big change, I think, is this one. So this is Hayato's one of Hayato's final damage buffs. They changed it from final damage to damage percent instead of so this is a huge change because final damage and damage percent is very different. Final damage percent is way better than damage percent, and they're saying that now they're changing it from final damage to damage percent. So what this means is that you can probably expect this is the nerf. Yeah, this is gonna be a pretty big nerf. So you can probably expect quite a drastic nerf to Hayato's damage, which I don't really think is a good idea. I don't like the idea of nerfing classes. Like KMS has already stated their stance of not nerfing classes anymore. So this might be the last time we actually see like a proper nerf to a class in a long time. But yeah, it's unfortunate for Hayato's. It's too bad. There's also some changes for Xenon. Oh, that's actually quite a big change. Multiplier has been increased from 3 to 3.5. Anyways, other than that, I haven't really looked at anything else. I don't think anything else really matters. It might matter for your specific class if you are playing the class, so you might want to look through these yourself. Okay, so they've also gone through further system improvements and updates. So they have 64-bit client optimization. I hope to dear God that they actually optimized it and it's not a debate. Please actually have optimized 64-bit and made it better than right now. Yeah, please at least like make it smoother. Like I hope that it's not gonna become worse. Like the last time they did this when they changed from 32-bit to 64-bit, a lot of things got worse and a lot of people experienced a lot of lag spikes and all that, a lot of FPS drops. Most prominently seen in Kanas, most prominently seen in Night Lords, Nightwalkers, these three classes. And if you boss with these three classes, you will also get like certain lag spikes and like frame skips, because like those classes are lagging itself. So, I hope they actually put effort into this update, and hopefully 64-bit client will be better than before. One can only hope, right? Well, does that mean the last maintenance? Yes, the last one. The last major update. Not maintenance, but update. Anyways. Okay, so now you can link your achievements in chat window if you want to flex that you, I don't know, got a Genesis badge or something. You can flex that you picked up a Genesis badge now. And Auction House has a few minor changes, nothing too important. And one of the nicer changes now is that there are the battle stat window now, right, will show you the amount of mobs that you kill, which is actually really nice. So last time what you used to have to do is you have to go into your medal tab. So if you go into your medal, okay, yeah, this is the 64-bit like. Okay, yeah, if you go into your medal tab, you go to challenges, you can go to Proficient Hunter and you can accept this. And when you accept this, basically it'll tell you how many mobs you kill within your level range. So this is the only way to track your mob kills right now. But once the update comes, you'll actually be able to track your mob kills much more efficiently by using battle analysis, which is nice. It's really nice. Okay, boss content improvement. They have changed some of the resurrection logic in certain bosses for things like Vonir and Sickness. All these bosses that basically when you respawn in them, you respawn at like a certain start point in the map, and your entire screen goes black basically, and you respawn at a certain start point in the map. This is like basically what Lotus used to be. Remember, if you guys remember in Phase 3 Lotus, if you die, your screen will like black out, and then you will respawn at like the left side corner of the map. Now it's not gonna be the case really. Same thing with the rest of these bosses. You can just respawn directly into the map and not have your entire screen like refresh. Okay. So you also no longer take damage for 2 seconds after resurrecting the following bosses. I think this is pretty much all the bosses. I don't see a boss. Okay, Akechi. I don't see Akechi. So I guess it doesn't apply to Akechi and to Haramaru, but basically all the other bosses. You will no longer take damage for 2 seconds if you don't have resistance link. If you already have resistance link, then resistance link will override it, because level 1 resistance link already gives you 2 seconds of iframe. So for all of these other bosses, you will get a 2-second iframe if you don't have resistance link on after reviving. So it's good for mules, I guess, because I think mules don't generally use resistance link. So it might be useful for mules, like your bossing mules. Other than that, it's just minor change. Okay. One of the more major changes, fix an issue where buff freezers did not preserve buffs if you change phases while dead. This one's pretty big, because this actually happened to one of my party members in the previous Black Mage run. Basically, when you die before he phases and you don't respawn before you move to the next map, what happens is that your buff freezers won't work and you won't get any of your buffs. So my party member died in phase 3. He pressed the preserve buffs on the buff freezer icon, but then we phased into phase 4 and he didn't revive, so he lost all his buffs. So this is a bug that's getting fixed, which is nice to have. So now also resurrection logic has been changed. So instead of reviving the character immediately, if you die before a phase change, you will actually only move once you click OK to revive. So instead of like immediately reviving you the moment the phase change happens, you'll only revive if you click OK, and then after that, then they'll transport you to the new map. Yeah. Okay, slight Saren change. Basically, they're getting rid of the left and right corner safe spots, so that you don't have to run so far away to get to the safe spots. Now you only have the five middle pillars, if I'm not wrong. Because if I'm not wrong, there's like 7. So the far left and far right have technically can spawn safe spots right now, but instead they're removing those 2, so you only have the 5 in the middle. So everybody can get, like if you stand in the center, you can pretty much everybody can get to a safe spot if they need to get to a safe spot. Not really gonna affect a lot of people, but for people that do Saren. Yeah. So there's a slight Damien change, not important. Divine King Slime change, also not that important. Lotus, slight change as well. Oh, okay. Upon defeating the core in phase 1, the remaining lasers no longer do damage. That's nice. Thank you. Thanks. Okay, in Will, actually there's quite a big change for Will now. For Will now, when the dimension collapse is about to happen, they will actually issue you a warning system message. So you'll be able to see in like words on the screen, like above you, like an announcement that tells you that you are not in the correct you're not in the correct zone, you're not in the correct color, so you have to switch dimensions in order to not get screen cracked. So that's for phase 1. It's quite useful. Now you also get a forced invincibility for a short time when you are forced teleported. So you know how he likes to teleport you during like the phasing, after you phase him, like after he's like unbound from his phase 1 stuff. Yeah, you actually get an iframe for a while, even if you're forced teleported, so you won't die to stupid things like immediate tornado after you are forced teleported, which is nice to have. It's, yeah, not too shabby. When affected by invincibility, you can also now obtain Moonlight Orbs, which is, I mean, not really that important. Okay, next. Oh, this one is huge. So what's going to happen in the future is now they're going to change how flag and sewers work. So for right now, when you are first for flag, you get 25 points. First for sewers, you get 25 points, and then you get 10 points for doing the weekly missions, for killing a certain number of mobs, for getting like weekly mission points for the guild, right? This is before. Then after, what happens is that for flag, you will no longer need to jump, because the max you can get is 10 points. Or not no longer need to jump, you need to get 10k points for everybody, like in total, in the whole guild. Everybody just needs to jump enough for 10k points. Same for weekly mission, you just need to kill enough mobs or kill enough bosses to get 10 weekly points. And then finally, for sewers, they have upped from 25 to 40. So basically, getting very, very high points for sewers is more important than anything else now. Rather than forcing everybody to compete for flag and then also compete for sewers, now it's just competing for sewers. There's no more flag competing, it's just sewers. So basically, just be strong, lol, and you'll get all the kill skill points. So less competition and less stressing about having to do multiple different things every week. You just need to do one flag. Maybe if you don't do flag also can, I don't know. Up to you. It depends on whether or not your guild has enough active people doing flag. If they have enough and you can get 10k without you having to do flag, then you don't need to do flag, obviously. But sewers, you need to do your sewers. So there's more emphasis on sewers now, which is better also, because sewers is super easy to do. You don't even need to hunt mobs or do anything. You can immediately go into sewers every single week without having to do anything. There's no prerequisite to enter sewers for guilds, which is great. So there's no excuses to not go into sewers. Like if you're in a guild and you're active, you know, there's no excuse for you to not at least do one sewer a week. Like at least, like even if you don't want to pop anything, you don't want to pop any skills, you don't want to pop any buffs, just like go in, pop a green pot or something. If you don't want to use green pots or whatever, just go in and do your sewers and help your guild get some points, right? So basically that's sewers now. Yeah. It's the new guild change. Spending is justified, yeah. Okay, so that's the basics for everybody. So if you notice that now there's actually a minimum for 10 points from sewers, to get 10 points from sewers, which is to achieve at least 500. So basically, if you do like 10k and you do kill enough mobs for weekly mission and you get 500 points for sewers, you can literally get 30 points, which means that you can get 15-15. So you can be in any mule guild, like even the very, very chill, relaxed guilds can probably quite easily get 30 skill points now, which is also pretty nice for most, I think. So yeah. Before that, minimum was 5, 5, and 10. So 5, 5, 10 means like you only get 20, but now the minimum's changed. The minimum is 30 now, which is pretty good. Yeah. Shouldn't be difficult. Okay, anyways, next big change, inner ability. So this ties in with there's an inner ability 50% coming off during this patch, or not during this patch, but like during one of the sunny Sundays for this patch. So just because this change is here, don't go and reset your inner ability. Wait for 50% off. Okay, don't be stupid. Wait for 50% off. What they've done is that they've increased the rates of getting unique lines and epic lines on your second and third line. So if you want to see what it was like before, before at legendary inner ability, you only have 5% chance to get a unique line. Now it's 10%. 15% for epic, and now it's 40%. So you have a much higher chance of getting epic and unique inner ability second and third lines. So your first line is obviously going to be legendary. Then your second and third line will be like unique and epic. It will be much easier to roll unique and epic. So, you know, hopefully you guys saved your honor and you didn't use up all your honor. I mean, there hasn't been a 50% off in a damn long time now, so I assume that everybody has like a lot of honor and didn't stupidly go and use your honor. I hope none of you like got itchy fingers and like went to like spend honor for no reason. So it's a good time to get your unique second and third line if you don't have them already. If you run it through a probability calculator prior to this change, so when you have 5% chance for unique, if you're aiming for a certain line, like let's say crit rate 20% crit rate, right, was about 28 mil honor on average to get before this change. After this change, it's actually like 12 mil honor to get like unique crit rate line on second and third line. So it's much lower. Not to say that it's very low also. 12 mil honor is a lot also, but it's much lower. So the probability of you actually hitting the line is much higher. So yeah, if you don't have it yet, it's a good time to roll once 50% honor comes during the sunny Sunday. Okay, some small things for items. I don't remember if there's anything important. Let me read this first really quick. Yeah, no, okay, there's nothing important from items, if I'm not wrong. Okay. There's now a master volume has been added to the UI, so you can change the total volume of everything, which is nice. And also there is a there's a silhouette option, right? Enable silhouette when hitting monsters. So if you guys don't know what this is, it's basically like when you hit a monster now, it will have like an outline, like a boss monster. If you hit a boss monster now, there'll be a certain outline of the boss when you hit it. So you can actually see what the boss is doing, even though your effects are covering the screen, which is pretty important. It's very nice, especially for certain classes that really have a terrible time with like their effects covering the screen. Main example is like Kana, because with Spirit Pentacle you can't see shit when like Spirit Pentacle goes off, like the whole screen is just blue, like the whole boss is just blue. Even if you set it to like lowest transparency, the whole boss is just blue. And the same thing with Dual Blade, because Dual Blade when you cast like Tornado or Asuras, yeah, your whole screen is just filled and you can't really see the boss, especially Tornado, especially Kami Fury. That skill like covers up the entire fucking boss. And mechanic as well. Mechanic cannot turn off their explosions on the bosses, so it's very annoying. But now with silhouette, you'll be able to see stuff better, like quite a lot better. So highly recommend having this on if you're bossing. Yeah, I will definitely be turning it on myself, and hopefully I can actually boss at high transparency now. Explosive shurikens, yeah, explosive shurikens, like what was it? Throw blasting. Throw blasting will also cover the screen. So it's a really nice change to have, so you can actually see the boss. Okay, next, V Matrix. You can actually now create core gemstones and specify how much you want to make. Because previously what you had to do is you had to slowly click every single time, and it was just damn annoying. But now you can choose how many you want to make, which is great. You can choose how many core gemstones you want to make. So it cuts down a lot of time, which is nice. Okay. Anything else? Okay, yeah, nothing much. So those are the patch note changes. Quite a lot of stuff actually, quite a lot of good things, a lot of quality of life. Particularly important is the silhouette change, I think, as well as the inner ability and noblesse change. The rest of it, you know, just some nice quality of life. Nothing super important. Yeah. Okay, we'll move past the actual patch. We'll move on to the event notes now. So I've already went through this before on stream, but I'll just go through it again for the sake of the YouTube video so that people on YouTube know what's going on. What's gonna happen during Juju Food Festival. So okay, first is Golden Carriage. We already know about Golden Carriage. I'm gonna skip Golden Carriage. Next is Juju Food Festival. Okay, so Juju Food Festival is basically, it was an event that was run in KMS like last year around like August, September, I think. Can't remember. But like the basic breakdown of the event is that it's an event that gives you temporary stats. So it's like, if you guys remember what Hotel Maple is that they'll give you skill points. You can add the skill points into certain skills, and then you have those skills permanently throughout the entire event for your whole account. As long as the character can access Juju Food Festival, you'll be able to get it. You'll be able to get the skills. There's a bunch of useful skills, mostly bossing, some grinding. And there's also a bunch of like growth potions to get, and there's also a coin shop. Yeah, so that's the basic breakdown of Juju Food Festival. So, first of all, there's a Juju Festival coin shop. So there's a couple of different currencies. There's two different currencies in this event. There's a Juju coin and there's a slurp coin. Okay, so for the Juju Food Festival shop, you use Juju coins. So Juju coins you can get every day by killing mobs and like filling up your bar. Basically, there's like a max number of coins you can get per day, and yeah, you get them by killing mobs every day. So it's like your standard coin capping event. You kill mobs, get coins, spend them. There's extreme growth potions. There's 30 extreme growth potions. There's a bunch of core gemstones, a bunch of icogs. There's karma purple cubes. I think there's 30 of these, and one karma unique potential scroll. So pretty nice stuff for F2Ps, and not too bad also for like higher level players. But that's besides the point. Most of the higher level players actually won't be buying this. So please don't spend your don't spend your coins on this, because basically the breakdown, right, is that you can get a grand total, like total on one character, you can get 22k coins. Okay, like in terms of Choo coins, you can get 22k. And of this 22k, you need to spend 20k if you're at like Sonium and higher. You have to spend 20k buying authentic force symbols. Which is what most endgame players and most not even endgame. If you're at Sonium, you want to buy authentic force symbols because they're authentic force symbols are like the slowest leveling things in the world. You want to level them as quickly as possible so that you can grind faster, so that you can do Saren maybe and all that kind of stuff. So for those 100 authentic symbols, you have to spend 20k coins, and the max you can get is 22k for one character, your main basically for the entire event. So don't spend on anything on your main. Don't spend. Spend only on authentic symbols. Okay, you only want to buy the authentic symbols. Okay, so it's from this Juju delivery coin shop. It doesn't show. Yes, I know it doesn't. I know it doesn't show in the picture, but basically you have to scroll down. I mean, they're not showing Moraes and Esfera symbols also lah. So when you actually get to the shop, you have to scroll down, and then you'll be able to see it at the bottom. There are authentic symbols. It's 100 of them, and they cost 200 coins each. So total is 20k coins. For all the authentic symbols. Okay, so like I said, if you're at Sonium and above, Sonium or Hotel, please save all your coins. Don't spend them on anything else. If you want to buy these things like Karma Purple Cubes and Karma Unique Potential Screw, you can coin cap on mules. What you should do is coin cap on mules. Because every single mule you can get up to 10k coins throughout the entire event. If you coin cap every single day. Is it 10? Or is it 12? I need to check. Wait, Grams has a thingy for this. Grams has a coin breakdown for this. Okay, so yeah, okay, you can get 12k coins on every single one of your characters. It's just that for extra sources, which you probably put onto your main, you can only get 10k. So total for your main, you can get 22k, which means that you have to spend it all, like I said, all on authentic symbols. For main source, like for all your other mules, they can get up to 12k. So you can go and plan how many mules you need to grind to buy all these things that you want. I'll leave the planning to you guys. I'm not gonna talk about it now. There's also a decorative shop. This one also uses Juju coins. So if you want to buy cosmetics, if you want to buy like things like these scrolls, this scroll and these cubes and core gemstones and extreme gold potions, all that, do it on mules if you are at Sonium and above. And cosmetics also same thing. Do it on mules, right? If you are not on a mule, if you're not at Sonium, then feel free to spend however you want. But if you're at Sonium and above, just buy the authentic symbols. Don't say never, don't say mucho. just buy authentic symbols. Okay. Okay, so another one of the events that's running, not really running, but another part of the event is this thing called Simia's Sandwich Shop. That's like kind of difficult. Simia's Sandwich Shop. This is the way you earn slurp coins. So basically, as you kill more characters, kill more mobs, you'll be able to make sandwiches. Basically, I don't remember how many you have to kill already. Oh, okay. You can do it up to 4 times a week, once per day. So I don't know if you need to kill mobs or you can just make a sandwich straight away. Can't remember. But basically, you just make sandwiches and you get slurp coins for making sandwiches, and you can spend those slurp coins in the elixir shop. Okay? It's easy. Oh, right. Okay, yeah, sorry. You need to coin cap, like fully coin cap first. Yeah, then you can make a sandwich. So every day, if you fully coin cap, you can make a sandwich. Then basically it'll take you, for every week you can only make 4 sandwiches. So within for the whole 7 days of a week, you have to coin cap 4 times on one character or any character, and then you can make a sandwich every day for 4 days, and then you'll get the corresponding number of slurp coins. With slurp coins, you can buy a bunch of stuff. You can buy up to 30 extreme growth potions, and either that or you can buy the rest of these like growth potions if you want. But the nice thing is the extreme growth potions, because if you saw, right, one of the previous shops, this one, also has extreme growth potions. This one also is 30, by the way. So in total, you have 60 extreme growth potions from this event, which is a lot. It's a lot. It's pretty good for your union. So yeah, use it for your union. For all of you that are not 8k, or for all of you that are aiming to get more than a few more level 200s, extreme gold potions are really good for that. 60 of them. So, it's probably enough for like quite a few characters. Okay. PO delivery. This is the coin capping method basically. You can get up to 300 Juju coins per day, so on standard. And you have to kill mobs to get points. So every 5 mobs every mob you kill will give you 5 points. Every 200 points gives you 1 coin. So it's like 20 mobs for 1 coin. So in total, 20 times 300. You need to kill like 6k. Oh, so high. 6k coins. Oh no, okay, never mind. There's also the Moto attack thingy that for every level 200 level range mob. So I don't know how many mobs it takes. Probably like 1,000, 2,000 mobs per day. Something like that. Extreme growth 1 to 10. Yeah, extreme growths are 1 to 10 levels between level 141 to 200. Anyways, so yeah, you probably like have to kill like 1 to 2k mobs. I don't know how many. But it shouldn't be very, very difficult. Probably like 10 minutes per coin cap, 10 to 15 minutes per coin cap. If you have a Kana, even faster. But if you don't have a Kana, probably 10, 15 minutes. Yeah. Okay. And finally, Moto's Growth Diary. So we've covered the event shop, what you can buy from the event shop. We've covered the making the sandwich so you can get the other type events currency. So coin capping also, so you can get more coins obviously. And now we move on to the event buffs, the Moto's Growth Diary. So for Moto's Growth Diary, basically what you have to do is for every 3,000 mobs that you kill, you can make 1 drink for Muto. So Muto starts off as this tiny little shit. And for every 3k mobs you kill, you can level him up once. And you can level him up 10 times per week. Every week. So you have to kill 30k mobs basically within 1 week to maximize his growth. You don't have to do it because you have 5 weeks to do it. So the fastest you can get to level 30 on Muto is in 3 weeks. Because every week you can kill 30k mobs, which gives you 10 points per week, 10 levels per week. So the fastest you can do is 3 weeks. If you don't want to do that fast, so it doesn't matter, it's up to you. Basically, every level that you do, or every level that Muto levels up, he gives you 1 skill point. And you can add those skill points into whatever you want. You can see here you have attack, boss damage, blah, 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 IED, all that good stuff. So you can have up to 10 skill points per week. Like I said, 30k mobs, and 30 skill points in total. So up to 3 weeks only. Yeah, and you get all these buffs. You can't, like, it's not 1 level per, or it's not 1 point per level, by the way. So, for example, if you level up level 1 boss damage, level 2 boss level 1 boss damage costs 1 point. But level 2 boss damage costs 2 points, and level 3 boss damage costs 3 points. So, with 10 points per week, you have to use 6 of those points to max out 1 skill. And then you won't be able to max out another skill, basically, until the next week. Because you only have 4 points left over. So, yeah, in total, you can only max out, because every single skill takes 6 points, you can only max out about 5 of these skills. So you have to pick and choose what you want. Pick and choose of these like 10 skills, you have to choose like 5 of them that you want to max. The rest can't be maxed. So you can't expect to max every single one in this event. Just have to pick and choose what you want. Right. Okay. And finally, there's a Punch King. Punch King is it's exactly what it sounds like. Basically, you just go in and you hit this gigantic hamburger and you get points. So the difference between this Punch King and the previous Punch Kings is that the previous times, for example, in like things like Rise and Awake and what other Punch Kings were there? Can't remember already. Anyway, Rise and Awake. I know Live didn't have one, but Rise and Awake had a Punch King. So this one also has a Punch King. Back then, all you needed to do was do the Punch King on 1 character in order to get the event currency. But for this one, you can do it on up to 5 characters. Mostly because the maximum that you can score per character is 1,500. But the maximum that you can score per world is 7,500. So you technically, because you can coin cap on 5 different, because only the top 5 scores are taken, you can get up to 7,500 points per world, which is impossible. Okay, I'll just tell you all, it's impossible because like in order to cap 1,500 on this Punch King, right, you have to be like very strong. Like you have to be like 3-man Black Mage or 4-man Black Mage strong, like floor 63, maybe 64, something like that, around there. If you want to cap 1,500 coins, like you have to be pretty damn strong. I don't even think I can cap. I'm like floor 63. I don't think I can cap 1,500 unless I like full buff and like, yeah, if I have like every single buff under the sun and I like use skills and all that, I think maybe I can. But if you ask me if I like go in unbuffed, there's no way I'm capping 1,500. It's damn difficult. This is not an easy thing to do. So that's why they give you 5 different characters to cap. But you don't have to cap 7,500 per week. So the whole point of this, right, is that this is the way to get extra coins. So as you can see from the coin breakdown, right, the main source, which is coin capping, is 12k. Extra source is 10k. Extra source, what that means is it comes from this coin capping, from this punch king here. So for every 200 points that you get 1 coin, 1 extra coin, right? So for 4,000 points, right, you get 200 extra coins. Is it 200? No, 2,000. Sorry. sorry. So for every 1,000 points, you get extra 500 coins. So it's divided by 2 lah. Basically, whatever number of points you get divided by 2 is the number of coins that you can get. And you can get a maximum of 2,000 extra coins per week from this Punch King. So basically, the number that you're aiming for all your meals, like your main plus all your meals together, you're aiming for 4,000 points in total. Because that will give you 2,000 coins. And that's the max that you can get. You can only get 2,000 coins per week, as you can see here. Alright? So basically, you have to hope that your main can do well, and then you have 4 other characters that can maybe hopefully do well also, and hopefully aim for 4,000 points. Okay? And that will give you the maximum number of coins that you can get. If you can't get the maximum number of points, then you're shit out of luck. There's nothing I can do to help you. But from what I know, based on various sources about what people have been telling me from GMS and from KMS, a normal Enlomian solo character, like a Enlomian soloing character, will basically get about 1,000 points. Okay? A character that's level 200 with no cause, with about 4k stat, will get you about 500 to 600 points. Yeah, about 500 to 600. So yeah, you have to go and plan accordingly, obviously. So for Enlomian mules, it's about 1,000, around there, 900 to 1,000. For completely ungeared level 200s with, not completely ungeared, but like standard level 200s with like 4k stat, you're looking at about 500 to 600 points. So let's say you have your main that can do Enlomian, that's 1,000. You have one mule that can do Enlomian maybe, that's another 1,000, so that's 2,000. Then you have 3 other characters, hopefully you can get about 3k, 3.5, around there. Yeah. So you won't be able to score the max amount, but you also will probably have enough to buy authentic symbols if you are at Sonium level. So yeah, this event is kind of biased. You have to have like quite a few strong characters, unfortunately. So like you have to have your main, then you have to have like your Enlomian mule, yeah, stuff. You can stone people for this, yes, you can. If that's what you're wondering. So yeah, that's the event, and that's how you get the points, and you have to go and plan yourself how you want to, you know, you do your what mules you want to use and how strong your mules have to be in order to clear. Selling max stones, that's fucked up, bro. Okay, there's also like a special thingy that you can get for coupon. There's like this special truck that you can get for clearing a certain number of points. So if you clear 10k points, you get this truck that can house 3 people, and if you clear 25k points, you can get this truck which houses 4 people. 4 people plus you, so 5 people. So there are 5 weeks to the event. So you have 5 weeks to get 25k, so you have to average 5k a week if you want to get the big truck, which is very sad. I also want the big truck, but I don't think I can average 5k a week. It's very sad for me. We'll see whether or not I'm strong enough to get the big truck. Does it house your mules or other characters? I'm pretty sure it houses your mules. I'm not 100% sure. I have to check. It's either your mules or other people. I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? Either way, this truck is just a show of how either well developed your account is or how well you are, and this one is for like the normal people with like maybe a few characters only. It's your top 5 highest character. Oh, okay. So it's your mules, basically your top 5 highest level mules. All my mules are damn ugly though, so that's gonna be a problem. I don't really want to sit with my mules. Okay, anyways, Haste Plus. So we are gonna get a Haste. We're gonna get a Haste, but this is happening during the tail end of Juju Food Festival. So if you want to know when this event is going to run, Juju Food Festival is running from 1 second. is running from 2nd March to 5th April, so exactly about a month or so. For the other one, oh wait, 1 second, I need to check something. Every Wednesday. Okay, anyways, good. For Haste, it'll be running from 30th March to 12th April. So there's a bit of an overlap between these two things. So for like 5 days or 6 days, for about 5 or 6 days, we will have both Haste and we will have Juju Food Festival at the same time. Because the Juju Food Festival, like the buffs also run out on the 5th of April. So for about a week, a bit less than a week, we will have both buffs running at the same time. We'll have Haste plus Juju Food Festival buff. So if you complete your if you complete your Haste plus mission within the first like week, you will have, well, you have temp stats from Juju Food Festival and you also have Haste title. So double stats, yay! If you guys don't know what Haste is, don't ask me. Go and figure out. I'm not gonna explain what Haste is. Haste is like the oldest event in Maple Sea already at this point. Everybody should know what Haste is. It's a very good grinding event. Just go and grind. Okay, it's one of the best grinding events. Just go and grind. It will be running from until the 12th of April, so 2 weeks. Standard 2 weeks for Haste. Yeah, just go and grind. And then after the 12th of April, we'll have a new event after that. I don't know what it's gonna be. We'll see. But yeah, this is the final event that we have up until the 12th of April. So for the next whole month, we'll be seeing Juju Food Festival, and then we'll be seeing Haste straight away afterwards, which is great. I think it's good. Sounds like fun. Okay, so we also have Sunday Maple. Sunday Maple is weird. This Sunday Maple is gonna be weird. This Sunday Maple is gonna be damn weird. Because we have a lot of 5-10-15s. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but we have a lot of 5-10-15s. So the first one is just the usual grinding one. And then there's 5-10-15 on the second Sunday, 13th of March, as well as more grinding stuff. Third Sunday, 20th of March, we have Monster Collection. And then fourth Sunday is another 5-10-15. Which is like, what the fuck? Like we have two 5-10-15s in this one Sunday rotation, which is weird. Not gonna comment. There's also 50% off inner ability, so you want to save for this one. 3rd of April, if you guys are looking to reroll your 2nd and 3rd line for unique inner ability, save for this. 3rd of April. 50% off inner ability as well as 5 times augmented soul. I don't know why they're giving us another augmented soul. I don't even have enough augmented souls right now to exchange for jack shit, but we're getting another one. It feels like we have one every major patch now. And finally, we have 30% off Star Force. Yay, 30% off Star Force. So what they're doing is they're basically draining the economy of Meso, haha, so that they can release GA straight away afterwards. Small. I'm kidding, I don't think GA is gonna come back. But there's a lot of Meso draining going on right now. There's so many 5-10-15s. I'm surprised. I don't know if they understand the concept of having to earn Meso, but this is not it. This is not how you schedule your 5-10-15s. Whatever. Not gonna talk about it. Next big thing. Spell Trace Weaver is back. I did that, chat. I did that. I want to say I'll take 5% credit. Give them a clap. Give me a clap. Clap. We're getting Spell Trace Weaver back. So we thought Spell Trace Weaver ended last Sunday. It did not end last Sunday or yesterday. There's another 5 weeks of Spell Trace Weaver again, which is pretty good. A lot of people are very happy about Spell Trace Weaver coming back, and I'm glad to see that they're actually bringing it back. It's one of those things that we discussed during the offline event when the GMs asked us like, what do you want to see more in Maple? We were like, Spell Trace Weaver, please. They actually delivered, so happy to see that they delivered. Hopefully they deliver on GA also, haha. But Spell Trace Weaver, they're delivering on it, which is good. I hope that it's going to be every Sunday from now on to the end of time, because Spell Trace Weaver is a very important part of Maple. It helps a lot of newer players get into the game. It helps them to make sure that their gear is not very shitty and not so mediocre, right? So it's an important aspect of the game. And I'm glad to see it back. They're doing something right, at least. So yeah, quite a lot of my overall thoughts on the events. I think it's a lot of interesting things coming. Juju Food Festival is definitely good. I like a lot of the UI changes. I like a lot of the quality of life changes and all that. Food Festival is nice. Haste is great. I'll probably be going for 279 at the very least string haste. And of course Spelltrace Fever. Who can argue with Spelltrace Fever, right? So yeah, that's about all. Okay, say bye to YouTube. Bye YouTube. And you guys for watching the video. I'll see you next video. I know I haven't uploaded in like 10 days or something, but there's been not a lot of content. So I've been trying my best. This is the content that I was hoping for. More patch note content. Okay, bye YouTube. See you all in the next video. Bye bye.